I used my gavel illegally to start the meeting. It really isn't mine until Diane gives it to me, so I didn't want to chance it by using it twice. So thanks for coming to attention so willingly. I have a few things written down. I may or may not read them, because what I mostly want to say is I look around the room and I say thank you. Whatever we've achieved together, and we've achieved by the goodwill and hard work and spirit of service that Rotary always claims, and you never know if it's true until you see the people that are Rotarians. And everywhere in this room, there are people who know how to be Rotarians and time after time answer the call. For me, it's been quite a year. I had no idea when I said yes to becoming your president. All that I would know and be able, somewhat precariously, to be able to do by June 30th, 2019. It's been some ups and downs, but primarily I feel the satisfaction of a job pretty well done, and the joy of the fellowship with the people in this room. And that includes all the people important to Marianne in her life, and you are so welcome at any time. Marianne has had even less time than I had to prepare and think about what it would be like to be a Rotary president. And so not all the offices are filled, and they will be, and I think there's no panic, but it's also true that I want to wait until we have the crew a little bit more complete before we say everything that there is to say. However, we do have a couple of the people that will be important in Marianne's year, and I'd like to just name them. First of all, Kate has agreed to be our treasurer, and very recently, Susan has agreed to be our assistant treasurer. Thank you. And let me see. Let's see, I think maybe, gosh, all of a sudden I blank.
Some of the committees.
Yes, Charlie has agreed to be the foundation chair. Thank you, Charlie. And Pama, thank you so much, has agreed to be the international grant chair. You know, we have this fabulous grant with India. There's going to be a committee to make sure that we take care of this grant and do it the right way. We are very fortunate that a number of people will continue to do the jobs that they have done. Mark and Maureen have done a fabulous job with updating the Facebook page. Pama has created a new web page through a new something or another that is much more secure and much easier to access. It really is, and I'm glad she knows how to do it.
So we even use an Apple there?
You betcha. Marvin, thank you for continuing to choose our scholarships for the people from Minuteman. You certainly chose a very worthy person all the years that I've been involved, and we are grateful to you for doing that. Maureen and Vivian are going to be working together on the program, so thank you for Joan, thank you for agreeing to continue the fabulous job you did last year with the senior luncheon. Yay! And Charlie will be the liaison with the Veterans Breakfast this year. We are so pleased. And Marvin does a few other things too, such as the Life Care Center and the dictionaries, and I hope we get you some help so that you continue to want to guide us to do it, but thank you for continuing to be the person that, that we look to for those two projects. Now, I am volunteering maybe to be the Wings and Wheels chair if we do it next year. But I am not volunteering to be the comedy night chair next year. So I hope that this is something that you will think about. We need to sort out the publicity chair. We need to sort out secretary. We need to sort out the RILA and Interact. So there's work to do. But Marianne's been fabulous so far at talking to people, and we'll find the best way to do it within the next few days. One of the things that I wanted to do is start with you remember in December, or maybe it was even, yeah, it was in December, that we had a meeting where we talked about first half heroes. And I would like to do second half heroes this year as a way of kind of closing out the year. And I wanted to talk a little bit about everything that we've done as a club in the second half of the year. When you think about it, we have achieved amazing things in the past 6 months. And we have been able to serve others in an amazing number of different ways. A few of the smaller scale things that we've done. We have helped with the Rise Against Hunger. We've helped with the Area 3 Service Saturday. We've helped with the selection of 8 RILA students this year. We've supported our Interact Club at ABRHS. We've placed flowers on the tables at the Life Care Center of Acton. Our members have extended our learning by attending the district training assembly and the multi-district conference. Behind the scenes, our members have created a lively Facebook presence and a new website, agreed to support an amazing global grant, applied for a new district grant, created new membership materials and publicity flyers, and created a new PayPal account. If you were involved in any of these activities, you are a second half hero. And those are just the little ones that not everybody did or knew about. So, if you contributed in any way to the comedy night, stand up. Stand up. All right. Thank you. If you sold more than 1 table worth of tickets, stand up again. If you sold more than 3 tables worth of tickets, stand up again. If you would like to be on the committee next year, I don't dare say raise your hand, but I'm asking you to be thinking about raising your hand. All right. If you contributed in any way to the reality fair, stand up. If you were on the committee, please stay standing. Over there, right? If you designed and printed new signs for each station and a new Facebook design for the reality fair, please raise your hand. And unfortunately, the right person isn't here, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you put in 100 million hours to make a reality fair 3 times the size and twice the effectiveness of any previous reality fair, stay standing. Yay, Mike, thank you. Obviously. Yep, absolutely, it was all together. And I know that if I asked you to stand if you're going to be involved in Wings and Wheels, the room would rise. I know if I asked you if you're going to be involved in the golf tournament, the room would rise. And really, when it comes right down to it, the sum total is that people do what needs to be done to make things work for this club. I had no idea of how things worked behind the scenes when I took this office. I wore the same dress as I wore last year to show that I haven't changed at all, and it's just not true. As I say, there have been some tough moments, but always we got past them, and always I know that any person to whom I turn would help if I asked, and that's been a wonderful experience all the way through. Rotary's not about me, Rotary's not about any one president. Rotary is about the way people work together. Now, I have ordered some pins and awards for tonight. They were supposed to be here by yesterday, and if anybody says I should have ordered them last month, that's irrelevant. They were supposed to be here yesterday, and when they arrived was about 15 minutes before I left my house for here. I want to give a few little presents to people. Most of them are engraved with the Rotary logo, and they're only tokens of my regard and thanks. But I wanted to be able to wrap them up and put a little card, and I didn't have the chance to do that. I do have a few pins for new officers, and even though we don't have all the officers here, we do have some, and it's a ceremonial occasion. And I would like to give a few pins. And I'd like to start first. I'd like to start first with Pam. Pam ought to have a Rotary spouse pin. You are of such a support to Gino, and we welcome you every time you can come. You ought to have a Rotary spouse pin.
So now you're
Is that your first one?
You're official.
I'm official.
It's the first Rotary spouse?
Yes.
Right?
I didn't know there was such an
Right.
animal.
Now you know.
Right. All my, oh dear, all my little stickies are coming off. All right, Marianne, I'm going to ask you to, in a minute, to give me my past president one.
Sure.
And Kate, would you come up and get your treasurer pin, please? All right. All right, thank you so much for agreeing to the offer. This was a little bit humiliating. Okay. And Charlie, I have one for you as foundation chair. Look at this.
There's the stickies.
There we go. Yeah, they're sticking to each other, but not to, okay, Charlie. Thank you for becoming our foundation chair, and I'm happy to award this pin to you. Right. And I think the rest of them will wait until another day. So, Diana, you're up.
I am.
Yep.
Did you hear what she just said? That we accomplished a few things this past year. That was in the beginning of her speech, and then she presented us with a list of 2 pages of things that we actually accomplished. So it is good to be modest, but is it the truth? So obviously, yeah, it was the truth, but not in the full extent of the truth. We accomplished a lot. And big thank you to our president. Her task was not easy. She had to mend our club and get it healthy again. She not only did that, but she led our club with patience and wisdom to new heights. And you all heard what we accomplished last year. And being me, I like to pat myself on the back. Because Anne and Johan joined the club. This is not part of my character. They joined our club when I was a president, and I'm ever so grateful for that. And I'd like to take a little credit for all she did last year and all you guys did last year. Soon after she joined, we recognized that Anne is a natural leader. We didn't do a background check, honestly, but she was well known in the community. She was a great teacher in Acton High School. The kids loved her. The teachers, all they could say was that they respected her and they worked very well with her.
I want to know where all this information is.
I said we didn't do a background check. And the things that she actually picked up and revived was the PC, Proscenium Circus, which is the high school drama club. And just because Anne committed herself to revive it, it went on 9 years, 10 years. And you probably, some of you who were at the meeting where your cousin was there, Sam Gould was there, she was ever so grateful to Anne for that. So, and also being a devoted wife and mother and a grandmother. All the qualities that we all needed for a very strong leader that she is. So in the year, even I just wanna mention that the year before she took the presidency was the year that the immediate past president Karen Gaffney started the campaign of bringing the Rotary back to its roots, which is service. So Anne was the very first one in the district to do the Saturday service day for multi-clubs service events. And it was very successful. She didn't know what she was doing.
No.
But it was it was very successful and the results were great. So those achievements, paired with her personality and skills, led us choosing her to be our president. On that Veterans Day breakfast morning on Friday, November 10th, 2017, and I checked the date today
Yeah.
because I wasn't sure, Bud Flannery and I ambushed, no, that's not the right word. Scratch that. Invited her to be our next president, and she graciously said yes. And we are ever so grateful for that. And we told her that she had to invigorate our members and improve our club, and so she did. And boy, did she do it. From the very successful golf tournament, through all the service projects that you heard the list from, through the service Saturdays, to the brilliantly executed first ever comedy night for our club in March. That's all our leader, our leaders in the club, and most of you, all you guys. Because that's what the foundation of Rotary is. So, as
Oh God, another page.
all that, I'd like to present you, to ring the bell, just, I don't know, we don't have a bell, I don't want to give you
Ring
a
a
glass, because then I have to pay the glass.
All right,
Maybe lightly.
Yeah,
No.
so with that said, can you please just ring the bell one last time? Okay. And in case that you miss ringing the bell every week, we present you with that gavel.
Thank you.
So if you really miss it, we will work on getting a bell for you, so you can continue doing it at home. And tonight, to the joy of your mothers, so tonight, we join over 34,000 other clubs as we all induct new leadership. And with all said, where's the past president? I don't see it. Yeah, there's the one.
Yeah.
There's the right one. So I'd like to present Anne with the past president pins and thank her for the wonderful job that she did. Leading us.
All right.
Thank you.
You may wonder, it's traditional for the outgoing president to choose the gavel, and there are many gavels that are available in the catalog, and there are boxes, and there are a number of different things. I'm retired, so I don't have an office to hang the plaque on. But I just thought, really, it's just the plain gavel. It's the symbol of, you know, taking the role, doing with it what you can, putting the gavel down on the desk and seeing, well, whatever it was, I did my best, and I have this as a memory.
As I said tonight, we join over 34,000 other clubs as we induct our new leadership. Now that we are leaderless, just for a fraction of a second or of a minute, I'd like to call Marianne. And I'd like to share with you that I'm so honored and delighted to be with all of us. I'm part of you, you're part of me, to install our new president. Yeah, stay away from that. and the officers for the new 2019-2020 year. Our club had a very productive year, and we know that we will have a very bright future, filled with lots of success, with Marianne being our president. So, is it your thing? I cannot see.
Club president, I believe it
I'm
is.
sorry, this is mine.
If it's the wrong one, don't tell anybody
just-
and I'll give you the right one afterwards.
I'll just be whatever it says.
Be whatever it says. That's the Rotary way. Just go all the way.
Just make it work.
Okay, so Marianne, you've been selected by the members of the Rotary Club of Acton Boxborough to guide us and to lead us next year, and we are ever so hopeful, and we are so grateful to you preparing in such a short time. And you've been entrusted with the important responsibility that will help improve and further our mission as one of the 50 Rotary clubs in our district. Being elected as club president is an expression of the confidence in you and your leadership skills and abilities. And I'd like to remind all of you that serving as a Rotary president is the most important position within the entire Rotary organization, which is in over 200 countries with 1.2 million members worldwide. Would you please raise your right hand? And I promise that I will cut the whole ceremony in chunks, so you can repeat after myself, because we had some other, in the past. So, Marianne, do you freely and voluntarily accept and understand the duties of the office of president of your club?
I do.
Will you work with diligence for the betterment of the club?
Yes.
Will you seek out and rely upon the assistance of your officers in executing your duties as Rotary Club President?
Absolutely, I will.
Diane, you gotta be serious about it.
Yeah, the focus is on the word absolutely. Will we attract and engage all the members in our club?
Yes, I will.
Repeat after me. I
Marianne Fleckner,
do promise
do promise
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the Rotary Club of Acton Boxborough,
the office of the Acton Boxborough
President.
Presidency of the Acton Boxborough Rotary Club,
uphold this Constitution and bylaws,
uphold the Constitution and the bylaws,
and administer the duty of President
and administer the duties of the President
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
in a businesslike
in the businesslike
and highly ethical manner,
and highly ethical manner,
and I will do my best to support
and I will do my best to support
District 7910 and Rotary International.
District 7910 and Rotary International.
On behalf of the members of Acton Boxborough Club, you are now duly installed the Rotary Club President for Acton Boxborough Club for the year 2019-2020.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Marianne.
That's the African relation.
your garment.
Yeah,
I know a place where you can get it
right.
replaced.
And that costs you, and that costs you a buck.
That's $1,
Is that a fine?
Yes.
It is, it doesn't matter that it's
I
a
have to
sermon.
do this every year at the
Right.
installation.
Yeah,
But he said, I know of a place,
That's right.
Right.
so
So-
I'll add the ghouls.
Thank you, thank you.
that's another $1 because we heard your company's name twice tonight.
No
Put me on, put it on my bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will too.
Marianne, you have been accepted, you have accepted a tremendous opportunity today, and your task is not one that will be done alone. You will have the help, support of talented pool of all the members in Acton, Boswell Rotary. And you will have the opportunity to work with the officers and with all of us for the next year. And you remember my induction at the beginning? It all begins at the end. So here we are at the new beginning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
All right. So I will try to be short. I just don't want to miss anything, so I'm going to have to put my glasses on so I can just quickly refer to my notes. So first and foremost, it is such a privilege, it is a pleasure to thank all of you and to also welcome all my fellow Rotarians and the guests and my family to my right. I couldn't do it without them. So my wonderful husband Brett and my mom and my sister Joanne and her daughter Gina. My son and my daughter-in-law are working, and my dad.
That's okay.
So he was the epitome of service before self. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. He was actually in the Lions Club. He was not a Rotarian, so there you go. I'm going to be a Rotarian, and he was in the Lions. A special thank you. I just want to yell out to Joan and Gerard wherever they are in the kitchen. So thank you, Joan. Maybe Gerard can just stick his face out just for a moment, and we can thank both of you for this amazing.
Right, yeah.
And Frank, our photographer tonight, and Mark, who is filming this for Bud, and others who weren't able to attend. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And Gerard will be coming out on the demo. And also, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate and thank our immediate, now past president. How does that sound, Ann? And her board and her partner in crime, Johan. And so it was an amazing year. You accomplished so much. And thank you. And it made it a little bit easier for me when I said yes to this position, because I knew I was following you and all the past presidents, and everything that you had done. You really are going to make it easier for me. So thank you. So I have been just in awe of the job responsibilities of president. And Ann, Karen, Diana, all of you, I'm just looking around, and Marvin, you've called, Ellie, all of you, and I just don't want to point people out because I forget, but all of you have been so helpful in preparing for me the responsibilities of this role. And so we've been meeting weekly, sometimes twice a week. And so just when I think I've got it down, I'll say, okay, Ann, so project chair is different from program chair, which is different from service chair, which is different from the community service chair. And then she would patiently say, Well, let's go over it again. So if I make a mistake, thank you for being patient with me. I am learning, but I am so, so excited because it's just, everything that we do means so much and it's all great. So no matter what we call it, it doesn't matter. It's all great.
Right.
And here's Gerard. So here's
Thank you.
the salmon, the chicken,
Félicitations Gérard, c'était très
the
bien.
beef, the
Thank you.
homemade appetizer, the
Thank you.
croissant.
We speak French, you speak French up there?
Oui.
Oui, oui, bien sûr. Heureusement, parce que autrement je serais perdu.
Oh, oui, merci.
Donnez-moi
Merci.
des bisous.
Acton.
Un peu, oui, je savais, bonjour. Bonjour. You speak French, huh?
Right.
And thank you for the chicken livers.
Right, right.
Thank you. Bonjour. Oh, oui.
Gerard, you have been
I
like
don't make much
almost
money,
50
yeah, but I
years.
get a lot of kids.
Marianne is almost 50 years, right?
50 years.
50 years.
I am 50 years old, is what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, I take it.
That's right. You wanna say how old you are because you look amazing. So
I'm using our look.
you look 50.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I think we add a few more years
So I
because
take you
we
to a
can't.
tango someday?
Yes.
Right. Merci, monsieur, merci, chef.
It's a bad boy.
That for years, people would meet him and call him Claude.
Yes.
Yeah, I go to the town up there, and the building inspector said, "Hi, Claude."
When I first met Claude, or when he first joined Rotary, he said, I'm Claude Nickel, I'm the other one.
Marianne, we had a get-together, a membership evening, and Gerard was in the back, and Claude was here, and I didn't, this is when Claude was coming into the club. Joan had invited him.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Claude, and I'm saying, I'm getting confused, I'm saying, that doesn't look like Gerard. and I knew Claude very well, but I couldn't place him as Claude.
Because I am better looking of him.
And much younger. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was absolutely a delicious meal, as it always is. And so I am going to be depending on all of you this year to help me, to help the club to continue to carry out worthwhile projects. And what we do to demonstrate our commitment to the Rotary motto, service above self. At this point, I just want to do a quick but heartfelt thank you to the committee chairs. Ann had mentioned some of them. Next Wednesday, it's like a teaser or a trailer when you want to see a movie and they only show you like a few snippets of it. So next Wednesday, we hope to see you all at our Rotary Luncheon because we'll be doing more pinning and celebrating and certificates. So more on that next Wednesday. And so the beauty of Rotary, being that it's service before self, I've witnessed over the years every single one of you who have selflessly given your time, your creativity, your pocketbook, your expertise, and just your Rotary experience. It makes a big, big difference. And our project captains, they're going to be responsible for our great events, our fundraisers, which includes the golf tournament, August 21st. Looking forward to that day. And our already ongoing Wings and Wheels tomorrow night.
I don't know about tomorrow.
Maybe.
Depending
on-
The weather report is looking very negative for tomorrow. I will let you know by late morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Wings and Wheels maybe tomorrow night, but every Thursday night.
Yep.
Right. And so we are cooking up some other fun events, and it'll be just a really fun year. So these fundraisers, they're so key. They provide us with the funds that we need to support our charitable efforts. So we'll be seeing our well-known service projects this year, and as Ann had mentioned, the ones that we do so well, the reality fair. And for those who aren't familiar with the reality fair, my family, it's one of my more favorite. And the reality fair is at the high school, and the high school kids go into the gymnasium, and we have tables all around. And they get a piece of paper and they say, oh, okay, I'm gonna be a social worker and my annual salary is $50,000. So then we say, okay, you have to go to the transportation table, you have to go to the home table, you have to go to the insurance table. So they have to rent or buy a house or rent a car, they have to pay insurance. And then the rest of us are around with the concert tickets and the puppies and all this, right? And so,
And new cars.
and new cars.
Yep.
And
And
so all of
clothing.
a sudden, yes, clothing.
Vacation.
Restaurant, that's the third one.
Yeah, it could be clothing.
I take every
pools.
opportunity I can get that.
So the first year I did it, I had worked at the animal table, and the puppies, and they said, just, you sell the puppies, sell the puppies. I go, oh, all right, sell the puppies. And then at the end, they have to come back, and this one girl, she said, I have to return the puppy. And I said, oh, well, and then I'm thinking, oh my God, I have to try to sell this puppy. So I said, well, like, how about a kitten? Well, I don't know, kittens eat just as much as puppies. Here, take the puppy back. So I'm thinking like, all right, I'll take the puppy back. So it's just an amazing program because what we do as Rotarians is that we're helping these young people learn maybe what we didn't learn. I know that I didn't learn at that age that what it really costs to live. And so it's one of the many things that we do as Rotarians. And so the reality fair, and the Veterans Day breakfast, the senior luncheon, the Life Care Center of Acton, the holiday party, our vocational student grants, the dictionary project. So that's when we go to the schools and we give every second grader in Acton, third grade, a dictionary. And it's the coolest thing, and their name is on a nameplate in these dictionaries. And so last year, one of the things we introduced was the Mount Calvary Community Supper. It was funded by a grant, I believe, that Ann and Palma had put together. Yes, and that was hugely successful. Hopefully we can repeat that and many others. So when Karen became president 2 years ago, she had said, quote unquote, many hands make light work. How true. So I'm so looking forward to working with all of you so that our many hands will feel like very light work. The support for our club, our activities, the fellowship, the lifeblood of who we are, of our club, and all of us. We're all needed for us to be vibrant and for us to thrive. And I just want to thank all of you for all that you do. And as Bud says, how we started the night and we end the night, and
Will it
Will
will
it
it
be
be
fun?
fun?
Will it be fun?
It absolutely will. So thank you, and I look forward to working and having fun with all of you.
All right.